Hey guys, welcome back to the Guitar Max channel. Happy New Year, and I hope you are strapped in because in this video we have a stripped down workhorse monster tone machine of a guitar, and yes, it's very affordable. Okay guys, so this guitar right here is from the Slick brand of guitars from GFS Guitar Fetish. This brand is a collaboration between GFS and Earl Slick, the veteran studio and touring guitarist known for working with John Lennon, David Bowie, and many, many others. And this is not the first Slick guitar that I have checked out, but actually the earlier ones I checked out I had been borrowing from a buddy of mine. But now, because of those earlier videos, GFS has been cool enough to send me one of their new Slick models to check out. And the thing that I really like about these guitars is the fact that they're doing their own thing. They have their own style, and especially with like all the brass hardware, it's not just another clone guitar. The affordability doesn't hurt either. This specific one is the SL52 in Tuxedo Ash finish. As the name suggests, the body is swamp ash. And it's got one of these really cool, like open grain, open pore finishes on here. You can see and feel the texture on these things. Look at this. Now, I don't really consider this a relic finish because it hasn't been like pre-worn in specific areas or anything like that. But just with the way this finish is done, you could drop this guitar out the back of your van and you wouldn't even know it. Okay, so let's look at the other specs here. Like I said, it has the swamp ash body. It's a maple bolt-on neck, rosewood fretboard, 22 frets. Now they call these medium jumbo frets, but these are some of the biggest, tallest medium jumbo frets I've ever seen. Honestly, I wish that the guitar industry could truly standardize their fret sizes because I've seen like extra jumbo frets that were not as big as these medium jumbo frets. And for me, that's a really good thing because I love tall frets. It just makes the guitar more responsive, makes vibrato and bending easier and all that stuff. Okay, so now some of the coolest features on this guitar appear when we look at the hardware. Like, look at this bridge right here. This is a one-piece bridge and tailpiece. It's solid brass, wraparound design. Also, the volume knob is brass, and the end piece here on the selector switch. Even the keys on the tuning machines are brass. And the strap buttons. And I mentioned at the beginning that these guitars are affordable. So the going price for one of these guitars is $289, and that's typical for the Slick guitars. They're usually somewhere between $200 and $300 depending on the model. So there's some other things I want to go over with this guitar, but as usual, let's go ahead and get into the demo so you guys can hear how the guitar sounds. But now real quick guys, if you enjoy videos like this, checking out cool, affordable guitars, and also staying up on all the latest stuff in the guitar universe, and you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing right now. Okay, so let's plug this in. I'm going to use my trusty Fender GTX 100 amplifier. We'll go through a few different settings on the amplifier, check out the different pickup sounds and everything, and listen to how this thing sounds. Okay guys, so let's talk about the playability and just the overall feel of this guitar right here. It's a tough guitar, and I don't mean it's tough to play, but it's very tactile, right? It's a very unique feeling guitar, and you can feel all the frets individually with your hand, and you can feel the bridge, and you can feel the texture of the body. It's a tough guitar. It's a guitar that can take a beating. It's a guitar, it's a man's guitar. I mean, if this guitar were a smell, it would be chainsaw exhaust. It's a simple guitar, it's functional, and it's the kind of guitar that somehow it encourages you to play with more energy. Now, I mentioned the big frets at the beginning of the video, and those really come through here. I mean, this is a great, great guitar to do like double stops and unison bends and that kind of stuff, especially with that, the tailpiece down here. It's not like a Floyd Rose or something where you have to bend in a different way or bend more because it makes the other strings go flat. You guys know what I'm talking about. This thing is just solid. Now, the neck on here, it's a fairly shallow neck. I mean, to me, this is kind of like a shallow C-shape neck. It doesn't have the shoulder that a D-shaped neck would have, but it's still pretty thin. And that's what I mean by shallow. And so it still has that round feeling to it, but it doesn't fill out your hand too much. So it, it's just, it's very comfortable. Satin finish on the back of the neck. 22 frets. I mean, obviously, I'm kind of a 24 fret kind of guy, but on a guitar that's like this, I mean, you're not really going to miss those extra 2 frets. Now, when it comes to the pickups on here, they're not super hot pickups. They've got the ratings on the website, and I think it's like 9K and 8K or something in that range. So they're not super hot pickups, but they're very, very expressive pickups. They have a lot of character. They're Alnico 5 pickups, obviously with these nice aged covers on here. But just the guitar really has a lot of character to the tone. And in particular, there's a really big difference in the tone when you're switching between the neck and the bridge pickup. I mean, each pickup really has their own distinct voice. Now, the other thing I really want to talk about on this guitar is the headstock right here. Now, I want to be totally honest. When I first saw this headstock, it didn't really grab me. I thought it was a little bit of a meh, like they couldn't decide on the shape or something like that. But after looking at it, and after, you kind of stand back and just take the entire guitar in, and you see how the headstock looks in relation to the rest of the guitar, the headstock has really grown on me. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Now, I weighed this guitar, and the one I have here weighed about 8.5 pounds. So that's about 3.85 kilometers. And I think most of that weight is in the body because the balance of the guitar is very nice. I mean, it keeps the neck up and the weight of the body kind of pulls it down like that. Now, like I said, the price on these guitars is about $289, a little bit under $300. That price is for the guitar itself. Now, they do have some cases available, like nice hard cases. Those go for around $80 to $90 extra if you want to get one of those. I'm glad I got this one because this is the first solid white guitar case that I own. Also, the other thing is, again, like I mentioned earlier, Tuxedo Ash. Tuxedo Ash is the name of this finish, but they have several other finishes, kind of similar to this, where it's like this sanded finish, or it's open pore, open grain finish. They've got one called Crimson Ash, which looks really, really cool. But as usual, I'll put a link, in the video description below for this guitar, and also you can check out the other colors that they have available there as well. And yeah, I think a guitar with a lot of character is really the best way to describe this. I mean, it definitely just lends itself to very aggressive playing, playing with a lot of energy. I found myself just coming up with a lot of sort of fun old school riffs when I was playing this guitar. I mean, it's kind of like a Malcolm Young riff machine type guitar. Now, I know some people out there like to get these guitars and then do mods to them, especially with the pickups. But to be totally honest, I mean, that's fine for some people, but to be totally honest, after playing this guitar and really checking it out in depth, I think this is a guitar that it would be easier to make it worse than to make it better through modifications. Now, if you have some set of pickups that you like to use in all of your guitars, I get that, and swapping something in this guitar would be fine. But, this is a guitar, even though it's under 300 bucks, this is really a guitar that you can just get and just leave it as it is, and it's a great guitar. Okay guys, but that is it for this video. Let me know what you think of the guitar down in the comments section below. And anybody out there who owns maybe one of the other Slick models, I'd love to hear what you think about that as well. Now, down in the video description, I'm also going to have a link down there for one of my latest instructional videos. If you want to check that out, it's a really great video, a collaboration I did with Deacon Lacrosse, all about different picking styles, really good stuff. And I will also have my social media and all that good stuff down there as well. Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.